I don't respect him anymore because he say I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that, and then he tried to maybe Turkey Al-Ashi told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to like he walking me back, and that's why I pushed him. And like I say, don't with me.
Does it bring a different Canelo then?
Yeah, you watch Saunders fight, right?
Which one? The Saunders. Oh,
He pissed
broken
me off.
orbital.
He pissed me off.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be almost the same.
After Terence Crawford revealed his super middleweight physique, a lot of boxing fans, or should I say, Crawford fans, feeling more confident than ever, and Canelo fans are feeling more nervous than ever.
I need y'all to get the likes up, man. Get the likes up.
Because Terence Crawford simply isn't as small as people thought he was going to be. But Shane Mosley came out, and check out what Shane Mosley had to say.
I think it'll be a great fight. I think both guys are great fighters, but I think Canelo's just too big, and they mistake him as being just a guy at 168, not a regular guy, and Crawford being the more talented. But that's not the case. They're both talented. But the only thing is Canelo has them by two-weight division. So I think that Canelo beats him pretty easily. But we'll see. If Crawford does good, I mean, kudos to Crawford. I'm happy for him. If he can pull off, great. But my mental, my mind's telling me that Canelo's going to probably beat him.
Now, Shane Mosley has been pretty vocal about this fight, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. But Shane Mosley now saying that Canelo beats Crawford easily. First, he said Crawford will get tired. He'll be slow. I mean, Shane Mosley is one of the few guys that I've seen publicly, right, that seems to be leaning more heavily towards Canelo Alvarez, but then he still don't know for sure, right? He still seems to not quite know for sure, right? He'll say things like, oh, well, I think Canelo beat him easily, but then again, well, if Crawford does well, so he don't even know. What I think this is, Shane Mosley don't want Crawford to outdo him because they shared the same opponent. Shane Mosley fought Canelo Alvarez. I believe they was close to the same age, right? Shane may have been in his early 40s. The narrative is Canelo fought a lot of the greats when they was past their prime, and Shane Mosley was one of these greats. So he probably don't want Crawford to outdo him, right? He don't want Crawford to go in there and do something that he just couldn't do. Now, Shane Mosley was past to the point where he just wasn't going to be able to do nothing with that version of Canelo Alvarez. He just wasn't going to be able to do it. But he really believed the weight is going to be a factor in the fight. I don't think too many. I mean, that's just the only thing. The weight is the only thing that people could still hold on. But when we see Terence Crawford, do you truly believe that he's going to be too small for Canelo Alvarez? Now, we got to see how he takes these punches because some punches are going to land in the fight. But I think Crawford's he's going to surprise a lot of people with his punch resistance and his new frame. Because like I said in the previous video, it don't look manufactured. It looked like this was calculated. Everything looked like it was calculated. He looked like he grew into that frame, right? It looked like he literally just sat out for however long Bud Crawford sat out, and he grew into 168 pounds and relatively quickly, right? He just grew into the weight. He didn't sit there and prepare for a fight. And this is probably why Team Crawford didn't take no interim fight ahead of this Canelo fight. Go right into it. Sit out, like I said, sit out for a while, grow into the weight. Don't be dieting or doing none of that stuff like you would prepare for a fight, right? Because if he was preparing for a fight, then he'll have to cut weight and do all this stuff. And he's just going to sit there and try this out. Now, it's a gamble, and as we know, when guys move up in weight, more times than not, it don't end well for them. So this is a huge risk within itself. And Shane Mosley is just sticking to the old script. The script is usually when a smaller guy move up to fight another guy, right? It don't necessarily end well. When a great small fighter move up to fight a good bigger fighter, then the bigger fighter usually wins against that smaller great fighter, right? That's kind of typically how it goes. So we're going to see if Terence Bud Crawford can kind of change the narrative, right? Because right now Shane Mosley's still sticking to the fact that, well, he's just too small. I just think the weight is going to be too much for Terence Bud Crawford. But what I'm looking at is things like the intensity, the speed. I mean, I'm looking at Canelo's last fight, right? I'm just looking at Canelo's last fight. He wasn't really able to get anything off. He wasn't able to really get anything going. And he looked at really slow and lethargic in the fight. He looked at predictable, he looked at limited, he looked at slow, and he looked at lethargic. So, I mean, look, man, unless Canelo can turn the intensity up, and his foot speed is something to behold within the next 45 days or however long it's going to be to get this fight, I still see Terence Bud Crawford winning this fight, unless Canelo Alvarez lands that lucky shot, right? Shane Mosley said he's going to beat him easily. I would love for Shane Mosley to explain how does Canelo Alvarez beat Terence Bud Crawford easily. I just would love to see it because I ain't really seen nobody that stepped into the ring with this dude that showed me that, okay, he's losing this fight and he's going to lose this fight, right? But maybe Sean Porter, right? Maybe, you know, let's play devil's advocate. Maybe the Sean Porter fight, right? Remember that fight? People kind of forgot about the Porter fight, the fight that everybody demanded him to take before he fought Spence. He must fight Porter first. And he went and fought Porter. You know, Porter was kind of in the fight. You know what I'm saying? But Bud was doing well himself. Most people don't do too good against Sean Porter. Sean Porter make it an ugly, rough fight. Crawford made it as clean as you could possibly make it look against a Sean Porter. Then once his team told him, hey, look, Bud, man, you got to turn it up, man. What? Went out there and got the job done. Right? Instantly ended the fight. Just instantly, just turned up. All right, let's get this over with. And just ended the fight against Sean Porter, bro. I think people just totally downplay that whole situation, bro. Kenny Porter just literally just ruined that whole situation. But who done that and who does that to Sean Porter? And even let's just say hypothetically, even if Sean Porter was out the door, who else would have done that to Sean Porter if he was leaving out the door? Nobody. I don't think nobody else at welterweight at that time would have did that to Sean Porter, right? But, you know, of course, Sean Porter was out the door. The fight, it's almost like it never happened, and now Sean Porter was never any good. Same as Errol Spence, never any good. And I wonder what they're going to say when he beats Canelo Alvarez. They're going to say he was never any good. Now, I doubt they're going to say that about Canelo, to be honest. They're going to say things like the stuff that I've been saying, for years. Then it's going to be, the unveil is going to be removed from everybody's eyes, and they're going to magically see what I've been telling everybody for the past couple of years now. But Shane Mosley, I don't know, gave his opinion, once again said Canelo Alvarez beats Terence Bud Crawford easily. Tell me what you guys think. Do Canelo Alvarez beat Terence Bud Crawford easily? Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.